In this video, I'm gonna show you guys all the best free effects that will instantly improve your gaming montages.
901 Shelby Drive, look alive, niggas came up on this side, now they on the other side, oh well.
And if you guys want a free, juicy editing pack, there will be letters throughout the video that will spell out a free code to a free editing pack, so make sure you guys watch the whole video. Now we are inside After Effects, and I have two clips synced up to the song Look Alive by Drake and Block Boy.
Look alive, niggas came up on this side, now they on the other side, oh well.
I'm going to show you guys how to do it on the cutouts and on just normal videos. So to do it on the cutouts, the first thing we want to do is cut out our character right here. All we're going to do is just Control D on the layer and then cut that up. A quick tip for cutting out when the frame rate is different is we're going to go up to Layer, New, and put a null object. We're going to cut this up. And then on here, we're just going to highlight both of these, and then we're going to right click and go up to pre-compose, move all attributes. We're going to name it cutout, and then we're just going to chop this back up so we stay nice and organized. And then from here, we can go up to our rotoscope tool and double click, and then we're just going to rotoscope this out. Now I'm going to fast forward through the rotoscoping, but pretty much all I'm doing is just going around and cutting out our Fortnite character. So once you have your cutout all finished, the next thing we're going to do is go up to effects and presets, and we're going to type in Colorama. Grab that Colorama, put it onto our cutout, and from here we're gonna go over to output cycle. The palettes right here, there's so many different other colorways that you guys can choose from, but for our case we're just gonna be using hue cycle, which is just total rainbow. On the cycle repetitions, we're gonna put this to 2. We're gonna go up to input phase, and on the phase shift we're gonna put on this little stopwatch and click U on our cutout to bring up the keyframe. And then we're gonna go to the end of the cutout, 1 frame back, and put this number right here to 1. Next we're gonna be adding a glow, so we're just gonna type in glow and find the glow right here and put this on our cutout. We're gonna go over to radius and put this to 110, put the intensity to 2. Next, to add more spice to this, we're gonna go up to effects and presets and type in CC light rays, and we're gonna grab that CC light rays and put it onto our cutout. We're gonna go to warp softness and put this to 250. And then next, we're just gonna keyframe the center. So we're just gonna put a little stopwatch on the beginning, grab the center right here and put it right into the middle of our cutout. To make this quick, all we gotta do is just go to the middle and then put this to the middle right there, and then go to the end and just make sure that it is in the same spot, which it is, so we don't have to really put a new keyframe. Next, to add even more spice to this, we're gonna go up to effects and presets and type in wide time. And what wide time does is that it just emits a little bit of an echoey effect, which all we're going to do is for the forward steps, we're going to put this to 0. So that is it for the colorful rainbow on the cutouts. But to make this even more spicy, we're going to go over to new and put an adjustment layer in between these clips. So to speed up the process, if you guys just copy these 4 effects onto the adjustment layer under the cutout, you get this really cool black and white with the RGB rainbow, and you get this effect.
Look alive, niggas came up on.
Now to implement this really cool rainbow effect on just a normal video, to speed up the process, all you have to do is just add a new adjustment layer above your video and add these 2 effects with these 2 settings, and then all we have to do is keyframe the opacity. Next, we're going to click T on our adjustment layer to bring up the opacity, and then we're just going to keyframe right there at 100, and go back, put this to 0 right here, put a keyframe at 100, and it's going to fade to 0 right on the hit. So the next effect I'm going to show you guys is going to be impact flash.
Look alive, niggas came up on this side.
So working off our first effect, we're going to be adding in some impact flashes on the beat hits and on also the shot flashes. We're going to go on top of both layers and go up to layer, new, adjustment layer, and then we're going to go over to effects and presets and use exposure, add in exposure, and then we're going to also add in camera lens blur. Grab that, put it onto our adjustment layer, and on our impact right here, we're going to zoom in. We're going to keyframe the exposure and then click U to open up the keyframes, and on the 0 keyframe, we're going to drag it back 2 frames, and then we're going to be putting this to 2, and then we're going to go ahead. Honestly, it's just going to be judging it. We're just going to put it to 0 there. You guys can kind of play around with how quick you want the flash to be. Keyframing the blur radius right here, and then we're going to click U twice to open up those keyframes. And we're going to set this to 10, and then also go back to this keyframe, put it to 0. And then for this one, we want the blur to be a little bit shorter, so we're going to put this to 0. And then for the bottom ones, we're going to easy ease them. So we're just going to highlight them, right click and go over to keyframe assistance and click on easy ease. Now you should have something like this on your impacts. Now once you have this impact flash, you can actually just highlight these and Control C and Control V on all your transitions and on your other clips that have other impacts like this. And now all your transitions and impacts all have that spicy little subtle boost to making your montages that much better. The next effect I'm going to show you guys is this really cool 3D effect. So in our timeline, we already have our clip all set up and synced to the song Lemonade by Internet Money.
We gotta move it. Boys, get on the ground, get on the ground, get on the ground. Who even are you? I'm the demonetization police. You are under arrest for using popular mainstream music in your YouTube videos.
But wait, I use Licked.
Wait, what's Licked?
Well, Licked is actually a music platform that gives creators like you and me the ability to use songs from popular artists in our YouTube videos, all without risking this guy coming and slapping a big fat on our videos.
But I love handing these out.
Well, let me show you guys how you can make better videos with better music.
On Licked, you get access to over 1 million mainstream tracks like Lil Uzi Vert, Blockboy and Drake, Justin Bieber, XXXTentacion, Logic, and many more. The best part is you can use any of these tracks on any of your videos on any platform and still monetize them and rake in that money.
That's so many songs to choose from. It is. And on top of that, you can choose from over 100,000 stock tracks for any situation.
And don't worry, because Lick makes it easy to find that perfect song for your montage, with hundreds of curated playlists and search terms to find that one song that just makes you wanna. Now, as editors, you should know that music plays a crucial role and can make or break your montage. Now, the only thing bigger than my monitor is going to be your likes and views on your montage. And let me tell you why. By using a song like Look Alive by Blockboy and Drake, you'll attract a larger audience, leading to more subscribers and views. More viewers are going to recognize that song, making it more relatable and making it more enjoyable to watch that montage.
I love that guy!
I never thought I would be able to monetize my videos with popular songs, but thanks to Lick, now it's possible. Don't be like me making a whopping $0 on a montage with 1 million views, all because I didn't use Lick. And use my link down in the description to head over to Lick to get 50% off your first mainstream track and 14 days free stock music to start monetizing your videos with the best mainstream music. Using that link will greatly support the channel, and thank you to Lick for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the effects. We're going to be adding this effect right before the actual impact or shot. Cut out our character. Control D to duplicate the layer, and then to layer, new, no object, and then we're going to highlight both of these clips. Right click, recompose, and we're just gonna name this cutout. Click enter. Now all we're gonna do is just cut out our character. So we're gonna go up to rotoscope, and then we're just gonna double click on our layer to open it up, and then all from here we're just gonna drag and cut out our character. Now this isn't a rotoscoping tutorial, so I'm gonna kind of be quick with it, but overall you're just gonna want to go through and kind of like only cut out the character and then let it kind of do its thing. So I'm gonna see you guys when this thing is done. So once you have your cutout all cut out like this, the next thing we're gonna do is on your bottom layer, we're just gonna cut this video into two like this, and then we're just gonna put this below to make it nice and easy. Let's go over to right here and make it a 3D layer. All we're gonna do is go over to position and put a keyframe right here in your properties panel. Or if you guys don't have After Effects 2023 or 2024, all you have to do is just click P to open up your position right here. Next, we're gonna go over to the middle right here, and then we're just gonna grab the Z distance and we're gonna drag this all the way out. And we're just gonna set this to 6,000. The end, we want it to come back in. So the quick way is just highlighting this keyframe and then putting it over here. So now we just have it zoom out, then zoom back in. The next thing, we're just gonna highlight all these, right click, go over to keyframe assistance and easy ease them. And then we're gonna go over right here and click on the graph editor. We're gonna right click and make sure we're on edit speed graph. And we're just gonna grab this and drag this all the way to the left, all the way to the left, this one all the way to the right, all the way to the right, and you should have something that looks like this. We're gonna add the twist. So we're just gonna go into the middle of these two keyframes, and then we're gonna put a keyframe for the Y rotation. Next, we're gonna go over to right here, and all we're gonna change is this number right here and put a 1, so it has 1 full rotation. Next thing is we're gonna highlight them and easy ease them like we've done before, and then go over to graph editor and make sure you're still in speed graph. All we're gonna do is bring these two to the middle, and you should have a graph that looks something like this.
Coding got me tripping. Cut the coupe.
Go over to the layer and go to the motion blur and turn the motion blur on to add that extra spice. Picasso. Now this is pretty much the basics of the 3D transition. If you guys want to add that extra spice, you guys can add in like a cool overlay and put it below the 2 layers like this. Some of these overlays will be in the free editing pack, so make sure you guys are keeping an eye out for the letters down below. That is pretty much the 3D transition. Now we're gonna move on to the next effect. So the next effect that I'm gonna show you guys is gonna be the Cyber Edge Glow. To speed up the tutorial, this effect is actually really easy. The first thing you want to do is add an adjustment layer above your clip, and then go into effects and presets and add these 4 effects and copy these settings. If you want to change the color, simply go over to mid-tone on the tritone and click on the color of your choosing. And if you want to use this effect on a transition, simply put it over your 2 clips and click T to open the opacity and keyframe the opacity at 100 on the transition and set the keyframes on the ends to 0, and then you have this really cool Cyber Edge Glow effect. The last effect is going to be overlays. Now this isn't an effect, but it's an actual very universal thing that anyone can implement into their montages. In the free editing pack, there's going to be a lot of awesome overlays you can add to your transitions and impacts to spice them up. Simply add these overlays over your clips and change the blend mode to screen, and now you have created a spicy montage. So that brings us to the end of the video. If you guys learned something today and want to see more videos like this, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button down below, and consider watching one of these videos right here if you guys want to learn more about them juicy effects, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
I thought that we were meant to be till you struck out like 1, 2, 3.
So stupid.